morning, guys. Welcome back to Piney Projects. My name is Dan, and today's a video that honestly I am not looking forward to. This is a video I wasn't planning on making, but sometimes these emergency repairs pop up and they take priority, and you got to shuffle things around to get it done. And today's one of those days. Today we've got our 2005 Dodge Ram 2500. This is a workhorse for me. I absolutely love this truck. The long-term goal is I want to take this pickup truck bed off and put a flatbed on it. I would get, honestly, a whole lot more use out of a flatbed than I do this pickup body. But that's not the goal for today. So a few days ago, the exhaust pipe is completely rotted out. I mean, it's toast. There's Swiss cheese all over, which I knew, and that's fine. So I was laying underneath the truck, taking a look at everything, seeing what I needed to get the job done, what pipes I needed to order and all that. And I uncovered something that I did not want to see. So it's going to be near impossible to put the camera underneath there to show you. But take my word for it, we need to take the bed off. And once the bed is off, I'll show you guys what I uncovered. Last summer, the frame rails in basically the center of the truck, mainly just on the driver's side, rotted out real bad. I'll throw some pictures in here. It was all rotted out. I bought a kit online to redo it. Had a welder come. He welded it in. Looks awesome. Doing fantastic. The problem is it's now spread to the back. And I don't see any other way other than taking the bed off to get access to it, to get it fixed properly. The thing that sucks about this is the bed. It's not that great a shape. It's getting cancer bubbled all over the place. And I really, as you can see here, I mean, it's getting bad. The bumper is completely rotted out. There's almost nothing left to it, which I had no intention on putting that bumper on or getting a replacement bumper. I don't know. I've lost momentum already, and I haven't even started this job. It's supposed to be taillight wiring, fuel, filler, neck. It also has a gooseneck in it, so I have to take those safety chain holders out. And then there's supposed to be 8 bolts holding this bed on. Drop your comments below if you think any of those 8 bolts are going to come loose. And I probably should take the bumper off too, just to make life easier. I don't think I have to, but we'll take it off anyway, because it'll just make life easier. But gotta be honest, guys, I'm not looking forward to this at all. But I figured I'd bring you guys along so you can witness the struggle. So I'm going to get my tools lined up, everything that I need to get going on this, and ain't going to get done on its own, so let's jump into it. Alright, so first up, pretty easy, the tail lights here. There's just 2 screws that come out here, and then you just unplug the wire, and then I got to crawl underneath and just fish that back down through. I'm sure there's some cable ties and clips. Figured I would start with the easiest thing first, kind of get my my momentum going a little bit. So let's get the other side off, and that should go pretty easy. All right, we got this tail light out too. We've got all the wires hanging underneath the truck here for the tail lights. While I was under there, I got all the lights for the backup lights, license plate lights, and all that. They're all unhooked. This one here just literally popped out. So they're all unhooked. So I guess next up, we're going to try to drop the bumper. I was looking at those bolts. I don't think a single one of them is gonna come loose. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, honestly, that they just break. I think that would be easier than trying to fight them. But we'll see how it goes. I'll bring you guys back once, hopefully, it's laying on the ground. All right, guys. I am absolutely dumbfounded. They all but one came out. It was the one right here. That one did not want to come. I had to take the grinder out and cut that one off. I had to cut the two license plate bolts off. They were, I don't know who put what in there, but she should be ready to come loose. What do you think? It's going to go? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, man. Look how rotted out that crap is. Unbelievable. But we're starting to make some headway here. So I think I'm going to drop the spare tire down, make life a little bit easier. And then I'm going to crawl up there and take those two safety chain hooks out. So not too bad so far, but let's keep at it. Okay, so we got the spare tire out of there, and we got these bolts with springs for these pieces here. They should just come up. Yep. Come on. Well, I got to climb up in there to get some leverage on that one. So I guess next up is the filler neck, which it's all riveted there. So I think I'm just going to crawl underneath and then just undo the rubber hose. I think that'll make life easier. All right, so we got the fuel line, or the filler lines undone. The filler and the vent, that wasn't bad at all. All right, so if my calculations are correct, all that's left is the 8 bolts that hold the body or the bed to the frame. I believe, from what I've seen online, I believe they're 18 millimeter socket. Wish me luck, guys. I have a feeling this is going to be the battle royal, but keep your fingers crossed, say a little prayer, and I'll bring you back because there's probably going to be a lot of cussing through this part. So I'll keep it family friendly, and I'll just bring you back when we get the bolts loose. Well, looky there. I count 8. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't. I've done worse jobs. I was shocked. We pretty much had to use the breaker bar on most of it. Impact helped at the end, but couldn't break them loose. But I think we're ready for liftoff. I can't believe that those bolts came out. Anyway, I'm going to go inside, clean up real quick. I got rust and everything everywhere. I'm going to get a drink of water, and I'm going to drag over my engine lift and get that all set up, and I'll bring you guys back along when we're ready for liftoff. So stay tuned. All right, guys, don't judge me. This is it's Mickey Mouse at best. The struggle I'm running into is this hitch just sticks out so far out the back of the truck that I can't get this up here without it sticking another foot out. So I had to put it on a little bit of a diagonal. and the boom really just, I mean, it doesn't even make it to the halfway point of the bed. So I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, truth be told, again, this bed, I want to get a flatbed for it, but I don't have the budget for it now. I mean, it would be the absolute perfect time to do it, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money for it. So anyway, let's take it nice and slow and see how it goes. Alright, so that ratchet left the chat. Alright, let me get a beefier ratchet there. All right, we're starting to get there. I did a little re-rigging here. As you can see, still not high enough. What's happening now is I'm losing the weight off the back of the engine stand, or engine lift rather. So I think I'm gonna, obviously it's not high enough, but I'm gonna creep the truck up a little bit because it's starting to bump the back of the cab, and I've got some room here. So we fire it up and I'll creep ahead a little bit. Well, that's exactly what I was afraid of. Engine lift comes right up. There's not enough weight on the engine lift. All right, let me come up with plan B. All right, guys, don't judge me. Promise you won't judge me. I came up with a solution here. So, put a little lever into action here, ratcheted down to the snowplow, and she came back up again. So let me, I can creep forward just a little bit more, and then we'll have to raise her back up. I don't know what it's stuck on, but it just wants to twist really bad. Oh, let me go get a pry bar. Looking like a dump bed now. I think we got it. I don't want to screw around too long. We're going to creep ahead slowly, but I think she's going to be free. All right, let's see how it goes here. Why is she tearing it? I see. Oh, nail it. Get caught right on there. All right. How about that? That is freaking awesome. All right, I better lower this thing down because this isn't really stable here. Let's get this sucker lowered down. Oh, I'm not thrilled with how this is lowering it. My 2x4 fell out of here, so now the jack is pinched right there. But I think we're just going to lower it down till the front touches, just so it's not so precariously sitting up in the air like this. Just hoping that it doesn't swing and fall. I got the jack on the lowering real slow. All right, let me turn her up just a little bit here. Whoop, a little bit too much. All right, I think I'm going to leave it just like that. No point in setting it all the way down. We're going to have to lift it back up to get it back on the truck. But I like that. Oh. All right, let me go get a drink of water and give myself. Let me go get another. Excuse me. Let me go get a drink of water. And I'm thrilled, guys. I'm freaking thrilled. I want to go get a drink of water, relax just a little bit, and then I'm going to come out and we're going to show you what's going on with the truck. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, there's the front. It's looking a little bit different, but we have got back here some serious rust and rot going on. My biggest concern is right in here where the spring shackle hanger is welded to the frame. There is it's just flaking off. I'm just not sure if it's even attached to the frame rail anymore. There's just so much rust in there. You can see up here. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see right there. Yep, yeah, you can see it. I'm pretty sure this is the spring shackle hanger. This is the frame, and that's all cracked and just starting to come apart. Underneath, I don't know how well this is going to show up. I don't know. So much sunlight glare. The whole here is just, the whole bottom of the frame rail is just completely paper thin. It's up. Yeah, look at that. Yep. And we can see right through the frame. See that? This is what I'm afraid of. The frame is just literally just eating itself apart. The other side is no different. It's so bad. Unbelievably bad. All up in here, it's all rotted out. I'm also concerned about the bumper hitch. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable how bad, how paper thin this stuff is rotting out. So I talked with the welder, and he's actually off today, so it works out great. He's going to come over and take a look. They make frame kits for this back section from, you know, like here back, we could take all of this off and weld in new. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to him, see what he thinks. In the meantime, obviously while all of this is exposed, we're gonna go ahead, wire brush all of this down, Oxbow all of this down, chassis saver the whole entire thing, and I mean, get it clean as a whistle. There's, you know, no point in not doing all of that while the bed's off. You can see the exhaust pipe's rotted, which I knew. I knew the exhaust pipe was completely toast. And there's absolutely no better time to replace that than now. I might clean up some of the wiring here. The guy I got it from had put some backup lights and stuff on it. Might clean this up a little bit, but since she's open now, we're gonna clean, prep, paint, and get this thing clean as a whistle. So I will I'll bring you back after the welder comes and let you know what he thinks, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So my welder buddy just left, and he took a look at everything, and I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure where it leaves us. So he recommended trying to find a parts truck, you know, junkyard truck or something, and maybe just like cut the frame off here and just change everything back. Because these spring shackle hangers are trashed. This cross member is just about trashed. The hitch I don't trust, so that's trash. So basically everything from here back is junk. So I'm going to spend some time on the internet and look up, see if I can find a wrecked truck. The other option is they make, like I said before, they make the frame rail kits, which are basically just a 3-sided frame rail that you would weld on, you know, from here back. Really, I think it's from up here back. But the frame rail kits are cut around the spring shackle hanger, and it's designed to just, you know, scooch up in there. The problem is that the spring shackle hanger is trashed, so that has to be replaced. I looked these up. You can get these, you know, all day long. They're completely available, but there's nothing to weld it to because the frame itself is all shot. And if you weld this to on top of the frame kit, then this will be out and spring won't line up. So I'm really not sure where it leaves us, honestly. I'm not loaded with money. I cannot replace this truck, so we have to get this fixed. It's just a matter of how to do it efficiently, economically, and smart. There's no point in just throwing a bunch of patches and stuff on here if it's, you know, the stuff you're welding to is trashed. So I don't know. I'd ask you guys to leave suggestions down below, but by the time this video comes out, I'll have made my decision on the route that we're going. So I don't know, but stay tuned. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a little research and see if I can find an 03 to 07 Ram that's been screwed up in the front or whatever. I'd really love to find a pickup bed trailer. That'd be great. But if I can find, you know, from the frame here back, yeah, it would just be nice. Just cut it out and weld it all in, stitch it in. But stay tuned. I'm going to do some research, and I'll come back and when I made a decision on what we're going to do with it. All right. Good morning, guys. It is a week later, and we're back out here on the Dodge. So I have spent the week scouring the internet to try to find a wrecked truck for a frame donation for this, and I'm just striking out. The only one that I have found was in way upstate Pennsylvania. It was 7.5 hours one way. The price was right, but I don't have a truck to go and get it. I even put an ad up on uship.com to see if I could get somebody to truck it down here. And I've come to the realization that, or I've found out through research, short beds won't work and mega cabs won't work. It has to be a long bed. And apparently nobody buys long beds anymore. I don't get it. I could never be caught without a long bed truck, but I guess everybody wants short beds and those ridiculous mega cab things. So where does that put us? I have an idea. I have an idea. First thing we need to do to see if my idea is going to work is we need to get this hitch off. And I'm not even going to try to take these bolts off. The heads are pretty much gone. So we're just going to go ahead and take the cutoff wheel, cut them off. I wish I had a torch here to torch them off, but I don't. It's in the long plans to get an acetylene torch, but I don't have one. So we're going to put the DeWalt cutoff wheel to use and see if we can get this hitch cut off, and I'll bring you back and let you know my idea if it's going to work. So let's get to it. Okay, look at that mess. Look how tiny these things are. Unbelievable how bad it rusted out. So it should be cut loose. My guess it's not going to come off without a nice struggle. So let's see how bad it comes off. Alright, let's go get some more persuasion. Alright, let's see if this works. There she goes. There it goes. There's like some tabs here. It looks like it locks in. I really don't have that much pressure on this jack. There we go. Slide my jack out of the way. Should be getting close to falling off. Yep. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me catch my breath. I'll be right back. All right. So here's my plan. Initially, I talked with the welder about possibly just cutting the frame and just replacing everything back. The problem is this frame is just a odd ball size. It's like 2 3/4 by like 6 3/8. It's just odd, and you can't. I searched all over the place to find that rectangular tubing and could not find anything that size. Now that being said, I don't know how well this is going to show up because the sun is pretty bright. The inside of this frame is exactly 2.5 by 6. Why couldn't I just essentially double frame it and get a 2.5 by 6 piece of box and slide it right in here? Because this whole section of frame rail here is just straight as an arrow, really all the way up to almost the gooseneck plate. So if I could, clean out the inside of this frame rail real well and get a piece of 2.5 by 6 rectangular tubing, I just don't see why I couldn't slide it right up there, and then like do some plug welding along here. The only little hiccup, which I didn't realize, is they've got this little like baffle plate in here and this little piece here. But here, it looks like it's just one weld on the end here, and this has just got a couple tacks along the side. It's going to be a pain because I can't get the grinder in there. But if I knock this out and knock that out, this is just a perfectly open 2.5 by 6 for like, oh, what the heck? Where'd my, here's my tape. 2.5 by 6. I mean, I can go all the way, like 3 foot. I mean, and that would make it totally solid. These spring shackle hangers are junk. And through the research that I found, they do not offer those in a 3rd gen Dodge. But everybody that I talked to said 2nd gen Dodge are the same exact ones, except the 2nd gens are bolted to the frame, and they just, everybody just buys them and welds them. So these are gonna, these will get cut off here. I'm not ready to do that quite yet. I think that would work. I think that would work awesome. So I'm gonna see how hard it is to take these baffle things out of here, get them cut out, and then we're gonna take a look inside here. I don't see why that wouldn't work. So let me try to get that out, and I'll bring you back once they're out. All right, guys, that really was not that bad at all. Little chisel, little sawzall, little drilling, and I don't know if this is going to show up in camera. I'll try to use the flashlight here. Oh, it's an LED flashlight, so it's... Oh, let's try that. There we go. Can you guys tilt the camera a little bit? There you go. It is actually not that bad down this frame rail. So honestly, what's going on is these spring shackle hangers are designed like a cup. So all the crap and road debris and everything just goes right in here and just rots the frame out right at this area. You can see there's like right here, there's not supposed to be any hole. This is supposed to be solid frame, and it's rotted out here, and there's some spot underneath. So it's really from here back, really from here to here, that's the worst section of the frame. So I just don't see why that if I, boxed it in inside the frame rail all the way up to here where there's good, like really good solid meat, I think that's a winner. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Unless I'm missing something. It measures 2.5 by 6 inches on the inside. So if I got 2-3 foot sections of rectangular tubing and just slid it all the way in there, really as far as I could, plug welded everything up, and change the spring shackle hanger here on the back. No, I think that's a win-win. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and order. I'm going to order the 2 pieces of rectangular. Oops, sorry. I'm going to order the 2 pieces of rectangular tubing for both frame rails. I'm going to order spring shackle hanger kits for both sides. And off camera, I'm going to go ahead and wire brush this whole thing down, OSFO the whole entire thing down, because that needs 24 hours to cure. And then I'm going to go ahead and chassis saver paint the entire frame that's here. And then while all of that's drying and curing and all of that, I'll have the parts ordered on the way, and I will bring you guys back along when all the parts arrive. I don't know. In my opinion, I think that's the route I'm going to go. I think it would be solid. So I'm not going to bore you with all the painting. You've seen me paint 100 times. So, like I said, I'm going to get the parts ordered, get this thing OSFO'd and painted, and stay tuned. I will bring you back along when everything shows up. Hey guys, I hate to do this to you, but I've been kind of putting the video together as clips become available, and it's getting pretty long, and I'm still waiting on parts. We got a long way to go with this truck, so I'm going to make this a 2-parter, because I'm not sure when the parts are going to get here, and once they do, there's a lot of work to be done. So we're going to call it quits here. I hate to do that to you. I'd love being able to finish up a video, but we're gonna call it quits here, so I don't have an insanely long video. So thank you for tagging along so far with the beginning of this video, and hopefully you guys consider subscribing so you can get all caught up and see the finished product when this truck gets back on the road again. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.